Yes. Video is a response to the general idea that someone has carte blanche on a medical condition. I'm sorry if society, who told you that? You can't learn anything new based on what they assume. Can't look at the camera. Users would like to call other people not what they actually specialized to learn. Mel Levine wrote this book called Ready or Not, Here Life Comes. One of America's top leading experts shows how today's society makes it hard for kids to grow into productive adults and what we can do about it. Directly from page 69, Simplistic Labels Creating Mind Debts. In recent decades, many clinicians have oversimplified human differences. Too often, if a child's patterns of behavior and learning differ from a preordained stereotype, he's consigned to a rigid category, often one that implies significant abnormality. Clinicians, educators, and many parents appear to have ravenous appetites for labels for kids who differ, and terms such as ADHD, Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, LD, Learning Disabled, Asperger's Syndrome, and a host of others have proliferated like weeds. These labels never take into consideration a young mind's potential, and they imply that all kids within a designated category are basically the same. In reality, there are enormous differences among individuals within each category. These labels also insidiously pessimistic, implying that any departures from the norm represent a chronic deficiency and therefore prophesy a life of abnormality. And on page 236, high aspiration, special education. During their adolescence, in some instances even earlier, some students display highly specialized minds. Often they are branded as disabled or perhaps not too bright because they don't satisfy that dubious childhood-only virtue we call well-roundedness. Some are written off by their schools and by society in general. Some get informed grimly that they suffer from a pathological syndrome, like Asperger's syndrome, if they struggle socially and have offbeat interests. In reality, the differences often represent a variation, not deviation. Right? Yeah, okay. Ask like that more now. I just went off there. Mind debt is one of the issues he talks about.